What's up YouTube, it's Onion Bomb here. Welcome back to another Tiger King reaction video. This is the final episode of this documentary, episode 8. In fact, it's kind of like a bonus episode to my knowledge, because if you watched last time, you saw I looked ahead a little bit because I was a little bit confused because I thought there was 8 episodes, but the documentary was kind of ending. That was because the documentary did end episode 7, but this is a little bit of like a bonus episode that where they are now. And you kind of can tell because I think it's going to be over like almost like Zoom calls because it was filmed during the whole COVID-19 thing. Or I should say, the beginning of the COVID-19 thing, because we're not out of this COVID-19 yet. We still have to wear masks, and for my college classes, I'm still doing Zoom calls. So yeah, but this is the finale to my Tiger King reactions. It was definitely a crazy documentary. This one's kind of interesting. What it's gonna have. I'm not really sure what this is. Like, what kind of questions they're gonna ask. So I don't know how how hard they're gonna go. Like, are they gonna ask like, so Carol, did you kill your husband? Why? Like, I think they're probably gonna be like, hey, how did you like the documentary? Or so, I don't know if they showed it to him or I don't know if this was like added after the fact. Like, they released 7 episodes and then they had this extra 8th one that like just took extra content. I don't know if that's what happened or this is literally like it was all there to begin with, and this was just something before or after. I mean, what? Had one job to say the right word. So let's not waste any time. Let's just get into this. This is my last Tiger King reaction. Going in.
Joel McHale. And as you're all aware, we're currently in the midst of a global pandemic. Tiger King fever. Like you, I've devoured all 7 episodes and I'm still craving more. So I called up Netflix and insisted on hosting a glitzy follow-up special.
Okay, so this is, I think, after
production quality. They said, we're gonna mail you an iPhone, knock yourself out. So we've gathered some of the key players for a look back at the twists and turns of the Tiger King saga, the mullited realm of Joe Exotic. Ooh. How does it feel when the world turns you into a meme? And is the Wi-Fi signal at their home strong enough for a one-on-one
so this
interview?
is interesting.
Those questions
the
and
Wi-Fi
more
signal
are about to be Eric Cowie. He's one of my favorite people on the documentary. He's deeply compelling. Eric, welcome to the after show.
Thanks for having me.
Did you wash your glorious hair today?
No. What's the point? You know, I'm going to get peed on every day, so.
But Eric, how has your life changed?
I haven't seen it.
Really?
I really haven't.
You haven't seen it?
10 minutes? No. And I need to because that way I can have at least some semblance of ammunition for some of the things that come out of people's mouths or the memes or memes or whatever they're called. I don't know where they're coming from or what, so no, I haven't seen it.
Why haven't you seen it
yet?
He's
By work.
Yo, if I was on a Netflix documentary or anything that on TV or any streaming service, I'm watching that the minute it drops. Sure. Even if I'm on like the background.
Give me your...
And they use me because just by my appearance or my voice, I could get a cat up the side of a cage where we could dart it and tranquilize it so they could be put down and stuff. Those cats trusted me up until the end.
When you have to do that to a cat, I assume there's a medical or something's going on with the cat that it can't continue to live?
You would think.
Oh, really?
No.
Oh.
Even before all this happened, Jeff asked me once, point blank, where do my loyalties lie?
This is still going on?
Hesitation. I said, my loyalty, I don't care about you, I don't care about Joe. I am here for the cats. It was just he was an asshole, man. I mean, you couldn't talk to him and without getting yelled at. I mean, he'd run people off in 20 minutes just by this absurdly crass things that would come out of his mouth.
You think Joe should be free? Do you think he should be a free man?
No, not no, but fuck no.
Oh,
yeah. 22 years doing federal time. What's that guy? Like 56, something like that. Yeah, he's gonna die in there. So.
Yeah.
Good riddance.
Oh, all right. Wow, that is a powerful statement. Can you imagine what he must be like in
so
jail
he
right
does
now,
not like Joe at all. I didn't really get that read watching the documentary.
Pretty sure
you'd like to add?
No matter what everybody else says, okay, yeah, my teeth are jacked up. I'm sorry. I'm old, man. It's what happens. It's what's going to happen to you, too. And no, I don't do meth. I never have. I like sleeping too much. I used to have a drinking problem. Now I do not. So, fuck all y'all, man.
These two Tiger King participants.
Oh, yo,
either
why
stole
me?
the zoo or buddy.
Oh,
Thank
Jeff
you
and
so much for coming on. The zoo is shut down, obviously, right now because of the pandemic.
Yes.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Are the tigers keeping 6 feet away from each other? And how's the nanny working out?
The nanny's excellent.
Hot.
Yeah, she's excellent. You've seen her.
Oh,
Right.
yeah. The first thing it says when you type in Jeff now on Google, it just says Jeff Lowe Nanny.
We gotta look that up.
Are you happy about how you were portrayed?
No, I mean, I think they tried to sensationalize the story a little bit to give it a villain, and villain is right here.
You did say, Jeff, everybody starts out
I
well
didn't think
with
he was gonna
you
like
and
that.
ends bad. I don't know where you found Alan, but he's the most terrifying person I've ever seen on camera.
You know,
He
he's
is
the
the
kindest, he's the
sweetest.
sweetest hitman you ever could hire.
He's got the eyes of a wolf to me. It scares the hell out of me. Whose brilliant idea was it for Alan to be filmed in the bathtub?
I don't have an answer for that because when we saw that, we were like, "What the hell is going
How
on?"
many times have you guys watched it?
One painful
One time we watched it
Painful.
like
Oh.
2 hours. Like, oh, I don't know. We woke up at probably about 5 o'clock.
People who say that Joe was set up.
This is complete crock of shit. You guys saw all the videos that Joe was posting. Joe was his own worst enemy. I mean, he should have gotten up on the stand and testified against himself, because those videos where he's shooting Carol, hanging Carol, blowing Carol up, putting
blow-up
putting
dolls.
rattlesnakes in her mailbox. Who's gonna finish this bitch? Who's gonna go get the? He admitted to killing the tigers from jail.
And they were healthy tigers, by the way. They were
Yeah,
2
he
to
said
3
that they were
years old.
sick. They were
That dude,
beautiful, healthy
Eric
tigers.
said
He
you're doing the
called it
same
to
thing,
defense,
though.
and he
This is
implied that
very
he had more
interesting to
dirt
get
on
their
you
takes
as
on
he
some of
rode
this
off
stuff on
into
the
the
series.
sunset on that.
What James Garretson fails to remember is I know the truth. I know why he cooperated with the feds. It
I know
wasn't over a
exactly.
lemur.
Yeah.
Trust me. We went to my
Oh.
attorneys, and my attorney said, well, you know what? With this information, I have to go to the feds.
You think Carol killed her ex-husband?
Abso-fucking-lutely.
Yeah, there's no question in my mind.
I think it is for him to be locked away right now.
Well, we're getting reports that he's trying to get to a computer so he can respond to his fans. This is the notoriety and fame that Joe always wanted.
That
And
yeah,
it's
that's what
pretty
I was
ironic that
thinking.
now he's stuck in a cage.
Imagine him
Belongs,
getting
and I would
out.
probably
He'd
just
definitely
tell
start a
him,
YouTube channel.
Gotcha. The USDA.
Actually,
tried
he already
to
has
take
one,
him
doesn't
down.
he?
Peter's tried to take him.
John Rinke.
Oh.
John, thank you for
So, okay,
coming
so
back.
John
How are you doing?
now.
I'm doing good. I couldn't imagine. And I'm not a star. I mean, I'm just on a documentary. I can't imagine how. You're a star, not me. I can't imagine how y'all deal with this every day.
We're to the zoo to keep it going?
I don't think so, because numerous times he had told me that I couldn't run the zoo, that I wouldn't know how to run the zoo. Numerous times he told me that, but he always tried to keep everybody smaller than him.
Did you ever want to take one of your legs and throw it at him?
Yeah, I've threatened to beat him before. The man done a lot of stupid shit. I mean, there towards the end, he got to where he's blowing everything up. He blew up my golf cart and my damn cabin. I mean,
He did?
yeah.
What?
Yeah, oh yeah. Knocked the windshield out of my golf cart, blew a hole in my cabin. Yeah, blew a window out.
Jeff Lowe took over the zoo from Joe. Did you get along with Jeff?
Did at first, but then he thought I was talking to Joe while Joe was incarcerated, and I quit the same day Joe quit. Jeff and Dylan got in a fist fight in the back parking lot, and they rolled around for 15 minutes, and that's when I made my decision to leave the same day.
Yeah, and that's a very long fist fight. 15 minutes. That sounds like
Sure, I'm going to go back to court over this. It's not over.
you think you're going to go back
Oh, yeah, I'm sure.
because of Joe's appeals?
Joe's appeal. I haven't heard an ending to this case yet, so who knows?
Have you had anger when this pandemic lifts? There's going to be a movie of you guys. So who should play you?
I'm sticking with Matthew McConaughey.
To play you? Because Saf, thank you for calling in.
It's a pleasure. Thank you very much for having me.
Recognized.
I was walking through Walmart on a late night run. Should have only took me 10 minutes, but I was stopped 3 times during a pandemic in Walmart.
You clearly love the animals. Joe admitted to shooting some of the tigers outright. Were you outraged by that?
Yes, obviously I was. But at that point, it's out of my control.
Saf, you identify as a man. Were you upset when they kept referring to you as she on the show?
I don't think it bothered me as much as it bothered everyone else. I didn't really pay it any mind.
One of the
I made that
biggest
mistake
moments
too, I
in the
think.
show is when your arm is horribly injured. I assumed that it was almost instantaneous when it happened, or did the tiger fight you for your arm?
Oh no, there's no fight between me and a 600-pound tiger. No, it took all of 15 to 20 seconds maybe from the time he bit me to the moment he let me go.
Wow. Was it awkward with the cat afterwards?
Oh.
Story of the Thanksgiving dinner, was there more to that than we saw?
Yes, there definitely was. You know, they showed him serving it, but they never explained what he was doing. He fed people for free a full Thanksgiving dinner that him and his family cooked, you know, for the entire night prior, every single year since I've been there. And I've been there for almost 10 years. I've seen him give the jacket off his back for people. And I think that wasn't highlighted enough.
That's pretty. I think I may know that. That's pretty cool, Joe, doing that.
The entire world knows it.
And do you think that Joe deserves to be in jail?
I think justice was served, but I still don't want to see that man die in prison.
Now, big, huge, serious question, because the internet has been casting this movie. Who should play you?
I mean, I still go back to the kid who played Johnny Tsunami just because of looks.
Right.
I mean, he looks just like me.
They did this documentary. It's fair, it's balanced, and I just think it's a wonderful production.
So he likes the documentary.
It's funny because Jeff Lowe has a lot of issues about how it's put together.
Well, the truth hurts. The truth hurts.
Oh.
You obviously knew who.
Imagine a big debate
Joe
with all
was
these
before.
I once saw a guy get his finger bit off by a bear outside my office window.
Really?
I mean, stuff that I'll never see again in my life.
In the room when Travis shot himself, tell us about that.
Thing is I had to go in that office every day and sit in that same chair and look at that bullet hole in the wall every day. And I never was able to get counseling because Joe didn't help me and neither did Jeff Lowe. So what my plan is hopefully I'm going to be able to raise some money, enough to get me some counseling, get on my meds. And once I'm back stable and ready to go, I want to jump back into campaigning for sure.
Obviously, that moment is the most tragic moment of the
Yeah, that would mess you up, though.
show.
Jesus.
When he walked in, was he talking to you? Any intention of deliberately shooting himself in that moment?
No, because I was looking at him in the eyes when he did it, and I could see the surprise and the fear in his eyes. I could see that, I mean, basically translated, he's like, oh crap, what did I just do? I mean, and maybe 5 seconds of his eyes, I could read it, and then he was gone.
That's crazy.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Someone on Facebook asked, did anyone think to get Joe counseling after Travis's death? Was that a thing that Joe even
I think
considered?
you need
What
counseling
Joe
before
did is he
Travis's
spoke
death.
to a shaman.
Surprised when he was found guilty on all 19 counts?
No, I wasn't. People in Oklahoma hate Joe Exotic. I don't do drugs. Like, I've had a lot of people be mean to me, like saying I do meth and stuff. I've never touched this stuff a day in my life. And that's really what hurts. I don't want to.
Did everyone just
And now
accuse
he is
Sure.
everyone of
probably
doing
more
meth
famous
on the
than he
show?
ever imagined. Shirt. No, I'm kidding. And congrats on your teeth. Look amazing.
Oh yeah, his
Thank you.
teeth.
It took a while to get them, but once I actually got them, it took me a while to get them to where I was.
Dedicated a song to you, and was it flattering? Was it embarrassing? Was it alarming? Do you remember the words?
No, I don't exactly remember the words. Some of them were bad, some of them were great.
Really not his voice. There's been tons of press about it not being his voice.
That is not him singing.
Okay.
How quickly did you
Someone
watch
already told me
the
that, but-
documentary after?
Me and my
Now
fiance
it gets
both
confirmed.
binge watched it in 7 hours.
Wow. Netflix is very happy to hear that.
So he watched
I
it.
had to know what was on it, and so did she.
Were you happy about how you were portrayed?
No, I was not. I mean, I was portrayed as a drugged out hillbilly, and that was not me then. At that time, I was 4 to 5 years clean.
To Rick Kirkham. You know Rick. He's the guy right at the beginning of the documentary.
A little cold here in Norway. How are you doing?
I'm well. What are you doing in Norway? Why did you move there?
First of all, it was the farthest distance I could get away from Oklahoma in that zoo. Secondly, I fell in love with a Norwegian girl a few years ago and thought I'd take advantage of the disaster and just come marry her and move here. Has Tiger King mania reached Norway? Let me just show you. This is just the paper, the newspaper that came out yesterday.
Oh wow.
Two pages of my picture on the front page. Yeah, it's hit Norway in a big way. It's #1 in Norway. I can't even take a walk down at the fjord without somebody walking their dog coming by, pointing, going, that's him, in Norse. And that Tiger King, you hear Tiger King if I walk through the mall. 3 months in, I began to see him do things to animals that I knew was wrong. And as I have admitted, I sold out my own journalistic integrity by not just going to the authorities or to an animal rights activist and saying, hey, you need to come in and stop this guy. The story that I've told a few people about a horse. This old woman had a horse in a horse trailer she pulled in one day, and she was really upset, and she was crying, and Joe turned around and said, Rick, go grab the camera, videotape all of this. And Joe went up and started giving her a hug. She said, Joe, can you please take care of my horse? He needs to go out to pasture, and he's old, and can you give him a good life? And Joe's like, oh, I have plenty of land. Of course we will. And she cried, and he said, just unhitch the horse trailer, and we'll bring it back to you tomorrow. We'll give the horse a great little life out here. No sooner did that lady get off the park than Joe said, Rick, follow me. Walked right up to the horse trailer, pulled the Western revolver out of his holster, shot the horse dead, and said, I don't take care of nobody's animals. Now they're tiger meat. And he had the horse cut up and fed to the tigers. It was unbelievably cruel. Unbelievably cruel.
That's exactly what I thought was going to happen. I was just hoping that that's not where that was going. I knew that's where that was going.
I saw him shoot 2 tigers, actually. One of them because he was pissed off at the tiger because the tiger nearly bit him one day. The guy was a cruel man.
Wow. Do you think he's skipping around?
I don't think he'll be able to stand it. Even if he got out with good behavior in 10, 12 years, he won't live that long. Joe was terrified of big cats. He was scared to death of lions and tigers. And in the shots that you see in there where he's in with the 2 tigers, the white one and the other one, the white one is blind and the other one is on tranquilizers. It's idiotic to think how he's become famous as the Tiger King when he's so terrified of big cats.
Wow, I did not know that. What did you think of Joe's supposed plot?
He asked me to kill Carol one time, but it was like a joke. He's like, oh, you're a rich man if you'll kill Carol. I will never get over. I still have nightmares, Joel. I still have nightmares today. I had nightmares last night, and since this docuseries has been back, I've had more nightmares about having lived on that park. I want to put this chapter away, but it keeps getting bigger and bigger. Brought up is Billy Bob Thornton. I think he might make a good Rick Kirkham.
Learned a lot today.
I didn't know it was going to be all that.
Doesn't have many allies left amongst his old zoo crew. We found out the hottest Tiger King celebrity hangout is Walmart. Most importantly, we learned that there is no job offer that I'll turn down. I'm Joel McHale. This is my couch. And I'll see you at the end of the next documentary series that becomes a surprise sensation during a global pandemic. Thanks for watching.
Alright, guys, so that was the final part of Tiger King, or like the last bonus part of extra interviews and where they are now, how's life after the series, seeing what happens after the series, and that was really interesting. I'm gonna be honest, I did actually not have too high expectations of that. I don't know, I just figured that was gonna be, it's an extra thing. I didn't think it was gonna be that entertaining, but it was actually very good. I like seeing like their reactions to what happened. Guess I know why you guys like watching me react. Honestly, I think I felt worse about Joe than I ever thought of. Like, they touched upon that stuff in the series, but they never really like got answers like that. I feel like that was at least like Robert's interview at the end. Where that horse story? Why didn't that make it to the documentary? Some of these interview questions this guy did, I liked better than some of the ones in the actual documentary. Man, that horse story is just messed up, man. Like, that's just... yeah, and there's, talking about, like, the tigers and stuff, and multiple employees saying he mistreated, mistreat tigers, but, like, he would lie about them being ill, and just, he did mistreat animals, and he didn't get along with Joe. He's just not the best person, it seems like. Those are my final thoughts. I mean, don't get me wrong. He does some good things too, it seems like. Very, very nice. Only one person brought that up. But, like, the Thanksgiving, the Christmas dinners, and that dude said he could take his jacket off his back for people. Of course, that's a metaphor, but you know, like he could do some nice things. He might, like, you know, if you know him for a long time, it doesn't seem like you can get along with him too well. But yeah, at the end of the day, like, you know, he might have been set up, but he still wasn't the best person. Like, he acted like a psychopath sometimes, especially when it came to, like, killing Carol, and, like, you know, he just didn't treat the animals well, and that's crazy. He's scared of tigers, though, like, not, like, comfortable around them, as the Tiger King. Sure likes his dose of attention, though. I wish I could see his reaction to this documentary, because if he gets out of jail, he won't know how to act. If Joe Exotic gets out of jail, that is going to be something else. Like, he'll be like a Logan Paul, a Jake Paul. Like, there's gonna be some cringe. There's gonna be so much attention. Like, he'll make probably a YouTube channel. He'll do so much crazy stuff. If he ever gets out of jail. However, multiple people didn't think he was gonna get out of jail. Wait, what did they say how old he was? Like 50-something? And like 20 years? Why do they think he's gonna die? I mean, he could, but like, he could definitely be alive in 22 years, I think. Right, he's 57 years old. 22 years. He could be alive at 79, I think. Unless I'm missing something, I don't know. But, yeah, mixed bag still. Even more mixed than I thought. Like, I don't know. I think it's a little bit more on the negative side now of Joe, hearing some of the more things that some people had to say. Like, I don't know. So when a lot of people say the same thing or a similar thing, it kind of expect it to be true. So, I don't know. I don't necessarily know if he needs to be in jail, at least for that long. But, yeah, I don't know. That was... Nah, he's just... I'm still on that horse story, man. That was so messed up. I knew that was coming, too. Like, he killed this horse and fed it to the tigers. And, like, I was like, please don't go there. Please don't go there. And it went there. It freaking went there. Interesting they got Jeff. Honestly, I didn't think he was gonna like this documentary. He didn't. I was full on expecting him to, like, maybe not do this because I didn't think he was gonna be up for it. But he did it, and that's crazy. However, I don't think he's the best person either. It was more about Joe than him towards the end of this, or even the beginning and stuff. He was just touched upon in the beginning. I can't believe that one dude didn't watch it yet. That's crazy. And, like, with Joshua's interview, the campaign manager, I may or may not have to look up his name because I forgot it, but that's not the point. He was talking about getting, like, pretty much, like, mental help for when, like, you know, for, like, therapy for seeing Travis shoot himself, and, like, of course I knew that messed him up, as that would mess up any human being ever. Seeing that, especially the way he described it, made it that much more tragic again. I remember being so shocked when I first saw that in the documentary. And that came all the way back when he described it again, and like, when he was talking about like how he saw in his eyes that he didn't mean to do it, man. He's dead. That was a whole person, and he died in that, like, that way, man. Oh, that's so unfortunate. Make sure you be careful with any sort of gun. If it's done now, there's a clip in it, there's a clip out of it. I don't know, just be careful if it's real. Literally. But, like, of course, I knew that was gonna mess him up, but I don't know, like, the way he conducted himself in all these interviews, and even in this one, like, I don't know, he seems like alright, but like, before he can get back into campaigning, he needs to get all that, it seems like. So, like, I don't know, that kind of says, like, you know, some people might not show how they're feeling, and not that you probably need to tell me or even needed to, like, me to say that to get that out of this, but it's just something to just take a note and just remember of, just in anything, really. I'm sorry, the guy who conducted these interviews, put this all together, he's slipping his name slipping from my mind. I thought he conducted these interviews really well. I thought his humor mixed with tackling serious questions and serious, I thought he balanced it really well. He asked pretty good questions, everything that, like, piqued my curiosity about, like, anyone he's interviewing. I thought he did a really good job of this, because he making it sound like he low-key put this together himself, or like him and his team got this. They put this together during a pandemic. Just pretty good. Like I said, I thought he asked some good questions, and some of the answers he got were some better than, some answers and questions were better than the ones in the actual documentary. He just got the details that we wanted to know, or at least that I wanted to know, or would have been curious of after this. Also, kind of disappointing they didn't get Carol. I guess Carol didn't want to do this. I would have loved her take on this documentary. I mean, she's doing Dancing with the Stars. Maybe she'll touch upon that if talked about there. Maybe that's already on or whatever. I don't know. I wonder if he would have asked, so did you kill your ex-husband? Would that be too far? I feel like that might have been a little bit too far. It depends on how she take it. I think she could either take it either way, like answer it like seriously, or like joke it and laugh it off as a joke, or she could kind of get annoyed by it. I mean, she wasn't gonna say yes, so low-key a stupid question, but I don't know. All in all, though, this is just like, this is a good documentary. For some reason, if you didn't watch this yourself and you watch me react to it, I actually recommend watching this, but you probably did. I know I'm late to the party. Speaking of late, not only am I like so late to this trend, and was so late to this trend to begin with, I was late. This should have been going up last week, but it's not. It's going up this week. I was busy. I'm sorry. Sometimes I just run into those like busy weeks that like I just can't seem to get everything I want done, and that was last week, so I apologize for that. But thank you for everyone who's sticking with me or stuck with me throughout this series. I know this is an old trend. I hope you enjoyed my reactions to it. It was kind of different because it was real and like the documentary, you know, it's not like a TV show, so not like everything's gonna be like, oh wow, what, but this was definitely crazy. I got into it more than any other documentary I ever watched, and I'm just glad I did check this out, even if it took me a while. And all in all, this was just a crazy documentary. It's just something you just can't even make up. Like, you can't make any of this up. I don't know. I'm sure Joe wants his Papa John's day of reckoning. Interesting to see how this unfolds. This is literally real life. This is still going on. Like, is there gonna be more court cases about this? Is someone gonna try and make another documentary of this, or a part 2? Is there actually gonna be? One question he brought up a lot, probably just like as like a little bit of like an icebreaker, or like as a joke. But the internet was putting together a movie, and they was asking who would you want to play you. Wonder if there is gonna be a movie of this. I doubt it. I'm just kind of being hypothetical at this point. But I wonder what else is gonna come of this. Is Joe gonna die in prison? Because that's a real life thing that we can keep tabs on. And I'm telling you, if he comes out of prison, he is going to get so you will know. You don't even have to watch this. You will know his name, and you will see something of him on YouTube, on any kind of social media, like more than before, because, you know, I think he had all this social media before this documentary dropped, but that will go viral, and he's going to thrive off it. He's going to get his attention, and honestly, attention doesn't seem like it does anything good for him, so that might be his downfall. I'm sitting here, and I'm just, you know, we'll see what happens. So that was my reactions to Tiger King. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you're new to this channel, you know, there's our TV shows, reactions, and stuff. If another documentary starts trending, maybe I'll try to hop on it sooner. But yeah, there's some other shows and stuff to come. So stay tuned for that. But for now, guys, that's gonna do it for me. Thank you guys so much for watching. Like or dislike, subscribe or don't subscribe. No, it's always up to you. I will see you guys in the next video you watch of me. Goodbye.
Wanna tangle, I can feel them try to grab me by the ankles. I can hear them all start to say my name, oh. But it's not about the money or the fame, no. No, it's all about me just doing my thing, yo. Cause I'm loving what I do and I won't change, no. I feel blessed, I could do this every day, yo.